welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ukobo Akpan. I am the rich son of a classroom teacher. I like to call myself the small business doctor. In this channel, I share with people practical ideas on how to grow small businesses, on how to go about your entrepreneurial journey. Today, I want to share with you a very important story. I think most people in the business world do not really talk about some other things because they feel it's a taboo to talk about it. Oh, before we continue, if you've not yet liked this channel, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get more updates like this. I want to share with you a story about my entrepreneurship journey. And I'm not trying to fake anything. I'm going to say it the way it is, but the only thing I'm going to keep away from this story is going to be the names and the details which may reveal the original identity of the characters that participated in this story, or of the original characters of this particular story. You know, when I was just starting my business, there were only very few challenges which I faced. But in the expansion phase of my business, I faced another set of challenge. I'm going to tell you about what I faced in reality. I want to tell you about how a married woman tried luring me to bed and tried forcing me into having an affair with her just so she can finance my business. How a married woman tried to force me into having an affair with her so she can finance my business. So it happened that before now, I own several businesses, and the one that is most pronounced is my media business. I own a photography studio where we do photography and cinematography and everything media. Before now, I was always operating in my room. My studio was just my parlor. I lived in a two-room apartment where I had my parlor and my bedroom and my kitchen and all of that. So I was using my parlor as my studio. So I decided it got to a point where my parlor could no more contain my client base. My client base became bigger than what I had as a space that time. So I needed to upgrade. I needed to move into a bigger space. And it coincidentally came into a point where they were doing this cashless stuff. And on one of those occasions, I went to a particular shop that was owned by a friend, a shop that is owned by also my friend. And I met this lady. We were having a conversation. She told me about so many things, her husband, and she seemed so interested in all the things I was saying. Even when my jokes were not funny, she laughed so hard to those jokes. Well, I didn't suspect anything. Normally, I try to be funny. Sometimes normally I try to be funny. Yeah, I try to make people around me feel comfortable. But she was particularly very interested in most of the things I did. And at the end of the day, we exchanged contacts. For me, I told her I'm a photographer. I told her I do cinematography. I do documentaries. I also do a lot of. I told her about my other small businesses that I do, and she was so interested in it. She was so interested. And I told her about my plans for expansion and how I'm having plans to expand and how I've gotten a new studio space, but I couldn't furnish it up because it was quite bigger than what I was looking at. You know, initially they say if your dreams don't scare you, then they are not big enough. So when I wanted to get a new studio space, I was looking at a very big space that can contain and maybe take care of most of the things that I do in the studio. I didn't have to look for a space. I didn't want to look for a space where I'll be going to look for where to shoot videos and going to look for where to do photos separately. I needed a space that could have my editing suite, could have so many things in it. I just wanted that luxury of having space so that it will improve my creativity. So I met this woman. She was so interested in me, and I felt, okay, finally I've seen someone who is interested in me and in what I'm doing. So along the journey, she kept calling, and then she told me she was a married woman. I appreciated it. She told me about her kids. I was so interested in listening to her talking about her kids. And then one day she called me in the evening around 7:30, 8 o'clock. It was quite surprising to me that she called me at that time, and then she sounded worried that she needed to talk to me about something that she's worried that I should promise her I wasn't going to tell anybody about it, that I should promise her I'm going to keep her secret. I started asking myself the question. I was wondering if she was in trouble or if she had something she was dealing with, and I said, okay, ma'am, no problem. if you feel safe and secure enough to share it with me, then your secrets are safe with me. I'm not going to tell it to anybody. I'm just going to respect whatsoever you tell me, and I'm going to respect myself by not telling it to other people. So she said, Uko dear. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, no, stop calling me ma'am. Call me by my name. She mentioned her name, which I'm not going to say it here before person go carry me go where I don't know. Okay, so she said I should stop calling her ma'am, that I should call her by her name. And then she said, will it be wrong if she fell in love with someone and she loved that person so much? And I said, no, it won't be wrong. And I'm guessing you've already found someone you love so much. And then she said, no, that it's not about that person. It's not about her husband. That she's in love with someone else and that she doesn't know what to do about it, that she basically cannot sleep. She started crying. She just started crying, and I was trying to tell her, trying to console her, tell her, please don't do this to yourself. Please stop crying. And then she said, Uko dear. And I was like, yes, ma'am. She said, I told you to stop calling me ma'am. And I'm like, no, I've always called you ma'am from day one. Why should I just stop calling you ma'am at this point? So she said, no, that she's in love with me. Wahala. When she said she was in love with me, I was like, thank you very much, ma'am. I appreciate, but at this point, I cannot have an affair with a married woman. I know I'm a single man, and I fear God, and I'm a Christian. I try to advise people, and I have so many things which I cannot do. Then she said, no, that she's not saying that she wants to leave her husband, but she's only asking if I could at least reciprocate the love that she has for me. I was like, fine, ma'am. As a person and as someone I've known for a while, I respect you, and I think I love your kids and I love the way your family is. She said, no, it was beyond that. That she truly, truly feels in a different kind of way for me. And I told her, ma, I'm sorry, but I think this is inappropriate. It shouldn't be like this. And she told me, oh, come of it. Stop telling me what is appropriate and what isn't. Told me she's a grown woman and that she can decide for herself what she wants, that she knows what she wants, that she wants me. That's just a part of the story. 2 days later, she called again and told me and asked me why I'm so heartless, why I'm so wicked, and why I can't just see that she loves me so much. And I was like, ma'am, you are married. I can't have anything to do with a married woman. My culture, my tradition, my family forbids that. I can't do that. She said, okay, fine. If I can't have anything to do with a married woman, then I should just affirm, I should just say it even if I'm lying to her, that I love her. I said, ma'am, I won't lie to you. I cannot love you. Well, when the devil wants to tempt you, the devil has so many tricks to unleash, and so many things off his sleeve to bring and tempting you. This came in a period where I was desperately in need of money, but there were some things that held me by the neck and told me because I have standards. There are some things I tell myself, no matter what, I cannot do it. No matter what, I cannot do it. I've always told myself that I want to get married someday and then trust my wife. I want to be someone that can leave the house and go for any business journey and be sure that my wife is safe and that my wife is still committed to the relationship that we have, that my wife is maintaining her fidelity to me. And I'm going to also stay that same way. Then she said, I've always had this as my own standard, because that's not the first time I've seen such a situation. I've seen different situations like that. But this one came in very tempting. So the reason why I'm bringing this to share on this channel is to tell people that in your journey in entrepreneurship, you face temptations, and these temptations will come. Okay, for me, if that came when I had so much money to finance my business and to do so many things, it wouldn't look like a temptation. That would just be a walk in the park. But I think she tried to exploit my vulnerability at that point. Then she asked me, one day, and another occasion, she called me and said, Uko, hey, she been telling me, say you rent shop somewhere. I'm like, yes, ma. She said, I told you to stop calling me, ma. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, ma'am. She said, Uko, for the last time, can you please stop calling me, ma? Okay, at this point now, I I agreed to stop calling her mom, and I started calling her with her name, even when I was very uncomfortable with doing that. Uh, at that point, I must tell you the truth. Yes, I did call her by her names. For the last few calls that transpired between us, I did call her by her name because okay, it's funny. On one of the occasions she called me and I called her by name and she was like, oh dear, that's like the sweetest thing I've heard today. I so love this. I love you. And I'm like, can you please stop? I called her by name and told her, can you please stop? And she said, no, I won't stop. You have to punish me. Let me be a bad girl. Punish me, daddy. It was so dirty that after having that conversation with her, I could not get myself to forgive myself for doing that. Now, I did not have an affair with her. I did not agree to whatsoever she said, but I feel guilty that I agreed to call her by her name. And when she said the daddy stuff, that's when I started feeling guilty because that wasn't supposed to be. Now, back to the story. So she called me and asked me, Ukode, she say you don't collect shop. You don't wait till you don't do for the shop. I told her, ma'am, just like I told you initially, I don't really have money. And you know, this cashless period, business is slow and I can't really get to put things in place like that. I've not fixed the place, I've not painted the place. She said, Ukode, you see the problem with you people. You people are too holy that even when you see people that will help you, you still cannot do even the simplest stuff. She now said, I know this is how Akwa Ibom people behave. If it were to be an Igbo boy now, the boy for don't do what he's supposed to do, then collect money, go fix himself. After all, now who succeed, then no be waiting you do. And I'm like, ma'am, even if it is just for few seconds, that's the point. That's the point where I took the bold step. And I called her, ma'am, even if it's just for few seconds, I would rather die than sleep with you. That's what I told her. I told her I would rather die than sleep with you. And then she dropped the call. She hung up. I thought that was over. The first week passed, she didn't call. The second week passed. And then the third week she called again. And she said that I have hurt her so much that I've said the worst thing that I've said the worst thing she has ever heard from someone. I asked her what I did to her. She said no, that I am telling her that she's not attractive, that she's not this and she's not that. That she's okay, that I should send my account number. She will send something to me, then I can now use that to decide if I still want to continue with it. And if I don't want to continue with it, fine. She send my account number that she's going to send something, then if I'm not comfortable with it, then fine, I can just keep the money and forget about it and act like we never met and that this never happened. I told her, ma'am, I cannot take your money because if I take your money from you, that means I'm agreeing to whatsoever you've said. Now, this is it. The reason why I'm bringing this up is, as an entrepreneur and as a small business owner, that you shouldn't be too desperate to run into things that you will not be able to deal with it, to live with it. If I had slept with that woman to get money to do my business, who knows? My conscience will still be pricking me. I will not have peace with myself and with my God. But I resisted that temptation. I said I wasn't going to do it, and I stood by it, and I avoided it. I tried my best to avoid her. I even went as far as blocking her, and she tried using another line to call me. I still blocked her. Anybody who is coming to make you compromise on your standards and in your belief system, in what you believe is right or wrong, block the person. Just block the person and let the person go. That person is not God. You can still succeed without having to compromise on your moral standards or on your values. I was surprised because I used to think it was only common with women that someone will want you to offer sex in exchange for what you want. But when it happened to me, I knew that, oh, really? So men too can be victim of this thing. So if you're a small business owner, chances are you may be tempted by money, you may be tempted by women and sex to do things that you may not be proud of or to compromise on your standards. Please don't. Please don't. And the good news is that after that period, it be like say they open door to wait. I don't know. I was having jobs. People were contracting me for. I had jobs that I didn't even. I had jobs. People offering to me jobs that I didn't even offer such services. They were calling me, hey, can you do this? And I was like, yes. They gave it to me. I subletted it. make sure I was just supervising so many things, and God opened doors for me. If you decide to stay, if you decide not to compromise, there is a God that can always open door for you as a small business. Do not compromise. Do not compromise. I am saying this from experience. I am saying this from experience. Imagine a married woman waking up at night to call you in the middle of the night to tell you that her husband is not around, that she can send the driver to come and pick you and to meet that you meet her in a particular location. Okay, fine. If you don't want to meet her in that location, that she's coming with the driver to your location, that she just wants to have a few minutes talk with you in the middle of the night, a married woman. I cannot live with some things. My conscience will not let me do some things. As a business person, regardless of how much you need that money, you should have conscience. And there are some things you should tell yourself you will never do. And please don't do it, no matter the pressure. Don't do it. There is God. There is God. There is a God that can provide for you, even if people refuse to provide for you. If she had offered to help me willingly, that would have been a different case. But she needed something that I could not offer, and I didn't offer it. And today I'm still proud to tell you that that space has been fully furnished. That space has been painted. I've gotten better equipment than I had when I met her. I didn't get her filthy cash. I didn't get her filthy money for anything. And God has blessed me without having to compromise. God too can bless you and your small business without you compromising. Keep believing. Keep trying. And if you've not been praying, pray. God can bless your small business without you having to compromise. My name is Ukobo Akpan. I'm the rich son of a classroom teacher, and I like to call myself the small business doctor. In this channel, I share with you ideas on how to grow your small business and the challenges that I currently face in my business, so that you can grow you can grow by learning from me. I try not to sugarcoat anything, and I try so much to be honest with you, to give you my honest observation and my honest take on different issues concerning small businesses. Remember, I told you I can speak with authority because I've done several small businesses ranging from agri, fashion, entertainment, and media, and I've done all of that. So I can speak with authority about small businesses. If you've not liked this channel already, oh yeah, pause here, like that video, like and you don't like and finish, subscribe, subscribe to this channel, share, and if you know my physical shop, tell someone to tell someone to tell someone to patronize me. Like, share, and subscribe, and stay updated. Turn on the notification so you get notified each time I post a new video, and I'll see you right in the next video. Keep doing exceptionally well, and keep doing your small business as if it was the day that God was going to visit you. Prepare and wait. Don't forget to like. Part of the preparation for that small business success is liking this channel, subscribing to it. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.